I've had enough. I made the mistake of eating dinner at halftime because I truly believed that we would somehow bounce back and win a very winnable home game. We've been really good at home, averaging 33 points a game at home. Against J.J. freaking McCarthy and the Minnesota freaking 5-8 Vikings, now 6-8, I made the mistake of eating my dinner at halftime. And I nearly puked in the third quarter, and I should have puked in the fourth quarter because I watched my Dallas Cowboys vomit up all over Jerry World what was left of their season. Vomit all over the carpet. Just puke and puke and puke their guts out because it was a gutless, lifeless, shameful performance. When I least expected it, this team just quit. Just sleepwalked through a game that it eventually lost to J.J. freaking McCarthy, 34-26. I said on Friday's Arena Gridiron, yeah, I really believe we can win this game because we need to stay afloat and stay alive. Chasing the Eagles, who I thought were teetering enough that I said they're going to lose at Washington. They're going to lose at Buffalo. We're going to catch them. We're going to win out. We're going to wind up with that one tie when we actually beat Micah's Packers 40-40. But that one tie was going to give us the edge over the Eagles in the end. I truly deluded myself into believing that scenario, that we were going to beat the Vikings and beat the Chargers and win at Washington and win at the Giants and win the NFC East and win our way into a home playoff game. And by late third quarter, I'm tweeting, what am I thinking? Playoffs? Playoffs? I'm ashamed that I even put us in sort of the very edge of the playoff conversation because that was just pathetic. I just watched my offense against Brian Flores' defense just get dominated with pass rush. We just went 2 of 12. My spectacular, unstoppable offense just went 2 of 12 on third down. JJ went only 2 of 9, but 2 of 12 for us. I said, we can get to 30. We can hold JJ to 20. No, and double no. JJ McCarthy taunted us on that from the half-yard line, that play fake boot that he ran that just fooled the life out of us. That was the end of the season right there. That's when the season ended. And he goes trotting, grandstanding, showboating into the end zone, taunting us. The football down below, I guess he was doing too small. I don't know what he's doing because he's a goofball. J.J. McCarthy's just a goofball. He comes and he goes. He's fearless. He'll try anything. He threw one wild first quarter pass. Deron Bland's all over Naylor. Touchdown. Oh, look what I found. The red zone. They go 3 of 4 in the red zone at Jerry World. We've been pretty good this year. We went 2 of 5 in the red zone. And my kicker, Brandon Aubrey, whose jersey I just chucked, I actually bought his jersey. This was last year, not this season, but last season, because he was all I had. I've been calling him the greatest kicker in the history of football. And fittingly, he missed 2 field goals tonight. And they're all like chip shots to him. He was wide right twice. And yet the point was, why did we keep sputtering and having to resort to field goals? It wasn't a field goal game. It was a go-for-the-throat touchdown game. and we just kept spitting up all over the field. I don't know. I can't condemn Dak. He was 23 of 38 for 294, 0 touchdowns, but 0 interceptions. Heck, JJ gave us one to start the game, just literally handed it to us. He gets a pass tipped up in the air by Donovan Wilson, who played pretty well tonight. But it's a blitz, safety blitz from the left side. He comes free, and he bats it up in the air. And then JJ wants to bat it down, and he accidentally bats it back up in the air. Quinnen Williams, of all players, catches it, and we get a gift early 3. That's all we could cash was 3. What are we doing? So I'll sum up this year for you. We go to Philadelphia. This has been as excruciating a year as I can ever remember because I really like this team. When I saw the schedule, go back and look at the schedule and tell me it's not, by NFL schedule standards, easy. It was like here, 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 and here. Do it, do it, do it. We go to Philadelphia, and I loved us at Philadelphia. It's ring night. It's banner-raising night. At Philly, I thought they're going to be distracted. Their hearts, their heads are going to be on last year's Super Bowl. And we're right there in the fourth quarter. And CeeDee Lamb, the best receiver in football, the one Cowboy I always say is the one baller we have on a team without any leadership. The one baller I can trust, CeeDee Lamb drops 4 passes, but 2 big ones. Great throws by Dak in the fourth quarter. If he catches either or certainly both, we win the game at Philly and just launch our season. My God. And we get routed at Chicago when CeeDee gets hurt running the football. Lined up as a running back. It's like some weird toss play. He gets hurt. My God, we lost to Carolina. George Pickens came alive, and I'm thinking, he's it. I love the trade. We stole him for a 3rd-round pick, but somewhere tonight, Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh is saying, I told you so. I told you so. And I told you so. Yep, he did. More trouble than worth. Now we're stuck with having to pay George Pickens, a highlight of our year, the most money of any receiver in football. That's what we're going to have to do to keep him. We could tag him. He'll probably pout. So here's our season. We had 2 games in 4 days, as you well know, against the Eagles, and then on Thanksgiving Thursday, the Chiefs. At home, we had 2 games against last year's 2 Super Bowl teams. And we got down 21-0, and miraculously is the greatest comeback I've ever seen in Cowboy history by a Cowboy team. We miraculously came back to win that game and launched us right into Thursday's game, and we beat Mahomes fair and square. We out-offensed Patrick Mahomes. We beat him in his own previous game. They're done. They're just done. Sorry about his ACL tear, but they're finished, and they were gettable, they were beatable, they were unraveling right before your very eyes, and we helped them unravel. So that was it. We celebrated on Thanksgiving night because that was the end of our season. That was our Super Bowl, that we beat the 2 Super Bowl teams. That was it. Period. End of story. I wish they just announced to me so I wouldn't have to fret and sweat the rest of the way. Just tell me what you're going to do, that you're basically going home for the holidays. You won your little Super Bowl, 2 games in 4 days, Thanksgiving, feast, celebration, ball game, season over, game over. Then they have a week to get ready for a game on Thursday night at Detroit, and silly me, I thought, hey, we can go in there and outscore them. No, we can't. Not if George Pickens quits on you. And he quit. I don't care what you say. I fought with Aqib Talib. He's a player's guy on Arena Gridiron. He just quit. He just wasn't into it. I don't know why. He's been late to a lot of meetings. He missed the team bus to the Vegas game, the Raider game. And we're supposed to, and that's the outcome of our season. We get to pay George Pickens the most receiver money in all of pro football because he had a bunch of spectacular games leading up to a quit game. you can just book it. Next year, there'll be a couple of games that he'll just quit on you. And he was still in quit mode tonight. I don't know. I didn't see him running routes. I agree. Chris Collinsworth nailed it tonight. And he was a Pro Bowl receiver. His point was, if you run your route with urgency and anger and want to, if you run your route like you want the freaking football, you're going to get it. You're going to get it thrown to you, because more and more Dak will say, well, I'm just going there because I know he's going to come back for the football. That slant route at Detroit to open the second half is just half-hearted. Kind of too cool for school. And the cornerback gets his hands in, pops up in the air, intercepted. Ball game. Trevon Diggs quit on this team. He wouldn't rehab in Dallas, so they fined him like $500,000. And then his knee wasn't right, and then his head, and then Jerry questioned the validity of this concussion that Trevon Diggs suffered at home. It's just ridiculous. He's a really talented player, obviously led the league in interceptions. And he didn't like Eberflus, he didn't like the scheme, and he quit on this team. They said they couldn't get him to practice. His heart was not in it, so they said, no, hell with you. You say you're ready to play. He was ready to play tonight. And they said no because he's been late. His body language is bad. He doesn't practice hard. And they just said, no, hell with you. Hell with you. Hell with this season. Hell with it. Brandon Aubrey missed 2 field goals. That's the fitting conclusion. They keep showing Jerry up there with Steven and Jerry Jr. And Jerry looks more and more like this chicken fried bozo to me. I'm sorry. I like him personally. I spent a lot of time around him in Dallas. Love doing the Netflix documentary about the 90s Cowboys team. Listen, I've been a Cowboy fan since I was 10 years of age. Went to my first game at age 10 with my Uncle Jim Bell in Dallas, Texas. I went to the old Cotton Bowl to see the old St. Louis Cardinals play the Dallas Cowboys. St. Louis won 34-24, and I was hooked on those stars on the shoulder pads and helmets. I'm just hooked. I know what championship looks like. I got to know Roger Staubach very well. I was around those Cowboy teams. I know what it feels like. I know what it tastes like. I know what those 90s Cowboys were like. This is so far from it. There's talent on this team. CD and Pick. There's talent even on the defense. But all I know tonight is that our offensive line, with all that talent, couldn't block anybody. Brian Flores toyed with us tonight. Faking blitzes, blitz and blitz, fake. They'd line up like 8 guys across. They'd be in cover 0 and just dare us, and we couldn't block them. We couldn't keep them off Dak. Just throw it up for grabs. Just heave it down the middle and let Pickens go snatch it. I thought he was the best deep ball receiver in pro football this year. Just throw him one. Just break the game open. Go deep one time. No, nothing. So they're down both their offensive tackles, and we never even sniff J.J. McCarthy. We don't sniff him. 0 sacks. I don't know how many pressures. Probably none. No, seriously, he had all night to throw, time and time again, all night to throw. He must have loved playing against the Dallas defense, because he can be complete haywire act, not a high wire act, a haywire act against other teams. He's had some big stinkers, but the team that stunk tonight was my team. He made us look foolish, and he taunted us, and we didn't respond. He taunted us on that little touchdown run. And I thought, okay, show him this is our house, the way we do business in our house. Come out with some fire. No, we already won our little Super Bowl. It's over. They didn't care. We had no pass rush. It's just hard to watch. I mean, my stomach's still just churning. I need Pepto-Bismol. Seriously. I seriously thought I was going to vomit. I take it hard because I should take it hard. This is inexcusable from Bozo Jerry and company. You know, shoddy, shitty. I don't know. He's just a guy to me. He's a nice guy. fun to watch occasionally, and the team really likes him to a fault because nobody's afraid of Shoddy. Nobody's afraid. There's no Jimmy Johnson operating here. There's no Tom Landry operating here. He's just a guy in his 50s who never got a shot to be a head coach, even though his father was a very good head coach. I said that in a video the moment they hired him. We don't have a real head coach. One's about to come next Sunday to Jerry World. Jim Harbaugh is a real live head coach. I don't get it. It's hopeless. There's no hope. I still love CeeDee Lamb, but then he dropped balls against the Eagles the second time. Both Eagles games against the defending champ, drop balls everywhere. Congratulations, Eagles. You deserve it. We defaulted to you. We could have put a little pressure on you and made you go win that game at Washington, that game at Buffalo. Just a little pressure, and we didn't care. We're home for Christmas already. My team should just call it off. Don't make us watch it. I don't want to watch you anymore. I don't want to watch you against the Chargers. I don't want to watch Dallas at Washington. I don't watch Dallas at the Giants. It's just sorry-ass, pathetic football, unwatchable football by bad football teams. My God, we didn't even have a quarterback issue. I mean, Dak stayed upright the whole year, and we quit. We just quit. We quit at Detroit, and then we came home and quit against J.J. McCarthy and let him toy with us and taunt us in our own building. That's how the season ended. Just call off the rest of it. I don't want to see you against the Chargers or the Commanders or the Giants. I don't want to see any more of it. I'm sick and tired of watching you. My stomach hurts. My jerseys, I might have to just burn my kicker jersey. I even tried that, and he let me down. I dread going into Arena Gridiron tomorrow. We're on from 2:30 to 4:30 Eastern. I got to face Aqib Talib. I got to face the onslaught, the humiliation, the utter gut-wrenching, disgusting, irpy, vomity feeling that I'm going to have as we start to go on the air, and I know what's coming, and I got to take it for 2 hours. Thank you, Dallas Cowboys. You kicked me right in the balls, as in the eyeballs, one more time. Congratulations.